Okay, so hello, you guys. Today I'm going to do this video, and I'm going to show uh, a bunch of photographs of Max. Max is hospitalized right now, and um, anyway, so he's hospitalized right now. And I've been very sad, very sad, and concerned. uh, so I found a bunch of photographs. I have a lot more, but man, I have 4 hard drives, and there's a lot of pictures to go through. But I did find a number of them, and um, I hope you guys can hear me well, because I'm parked out here in an area where the sun is literally coming out strong, and there's a fan blowing. So I hope you don't hear the fan too much. So anyways, Max has been slowing down a lot. He's 12 years old, and I'm going to talk a little faster because I don't want to make it into a very, very long video. Anyways, what happened is that Max has been slowing down a lot. And also, I had some problems with him about almost a month ago, that he wasn't eating and he was peeing. He wasn't able to hold his urine. And so I took him to the vet, and they told me he had like these tiny pebbles, like sand, in his urinary bladder. But they said that I caught it in time, and they gave me all these medications and some special food that was very expensive too, like $60. And he finally was able to start eating that, and I saw him recuperating, and he was doing well. But after careful re-examining his life, I began to realize that he has definitely slowed down a lot. And so I began to do a history of him. And anyhow, so this morning, it felt really weird. I got sidetracked. Okay, so what happened is that he was doing really well. Okay, he was eating the medicinal food, and then all of a sudden, day before yesterday, I had been giving him these treats that are, he normally likes duck jerky, but I stopped giving him that because I thought maybe that's what caused those little pebbles. They couldn't tell me what the cause was. So I said, okay, I found these other treats, because every morning, Max, when he sees me cooking, he's right there in the morning, like, hey, where's my breakfast? And he likes a treat, so I give him a treat, and then he calms down. Then he's happy. He just wants his treat in the frickin' morning before I even get my own breakfast done. It's got to be his first. It's okay, I got to comply. I got to obey. He's the master. And so when the morning came, I had bought him these treats that were. I was trying to find a different treat for him for the mornings, so I found this really quick purchase at. It was very cheap of sweet potato wrapped in chicken jerky. I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I've given him that before. He didn't shy away from it." So I said, "I'll just give him this for the meantime until I can find some really, really good quality treats." And I mean, I was going to go all out and spend whatever the hell it costs. If it was $50, I'll buy it. Not that I'm made of money, but if they're going to do him well and it's just for the mornings for his treat that he demands, the boss, then fine. I'll figure out how to extend that to 2 months, because that's a lot of money. Anyways, so he was doing fine. He was eating well. He was walking. Every once in a while, I could tell that he was, again, very slow. And I've been very patient with him, comforting him when he doesn't want to walk too fast, because I can tell, And I wasn't getting mad. I was just being patient. I said, well, maybe it helps me also to slow down. Okay. So I gave him this sweet potato with jerky day before yesterday, and then all of a sudden, sometime in the evening, I don't remember. I had given him. I think I gave him his food first in the morning, but this time he ate some food, because sometimes he'll eat a big meal in the morning sometimes, and sometimes he just wants a treat. So that day he had already eaten a lot in the morning, and it's not even morning, it's like 12 noon or 11 a.m. Because I get up late. And so then time went on, and then I gave him that medium-sized chunk of sweet potato with wrapped chicken jerky. And then when the evening came, he threw up. I didn't notice that he threw up because how did I find out? I think I was asleep. God, I don't remember. I'm trying to talk and think of what I'm going to say, and I'm trying to remember. I think what happened. I think what happened is that I went to sleep, and when I woke up, when I woke up, he was sitting in the middle of the van, and I thought that was weird. I said, he has his big plush pillow in the front seat that's all his. I said, why is he right here? I said, maybe he got scared because he's deaf also, and he gets freaked out when there's certain frequencies, and he can't jump on top of the bed because it's pretty high. So I have to pick him up and move him up to the bed. So I said, well, maybe he's waiting down there for me to pick him up because he got scared or something. I said, okay, well. So I didn't think too much of it. So I think I went back to bed. I don't remember. And then when I finally did get up, he was still there. I said, wow, that's weird. And so I said, okay. I said, you know what? Open the door, let him go out, because that's what I've been doing now also, because I'm still in the van. And I opened the door and I let him go do his thing. More frequently I was opening the door to accommodate him so that he doesn't hold the urine or whatever he's got to do in the morning. And so anyway, so this time I had to get dressed, and as I'm getting dressed to open the door so he can go out, I stepped on one of these. I bought these. The whole van floor is covered with these 2x2s. They're rubber in the back. They're really thick, and it's got this industrial carpeting. So I bought these at the dollar or whatever it's called, because I said if he accidentally goes to the bathroom in one of these, all I got to do is go down to the park and use the outdoor shower and wash it all off and then scrub it with soap instead of ruining my whole one piece in the van. So the whole floor of the van is covered with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of them. and anyway, so he peed on the front one, and I said, okay. I said, that's fine, you know. So then all of a sudden I looked into his seat, and there was vomit on his bed. I said, oh shit. And then I looked at it carefully, and it was exactly the color of the treat, the sweet potato with the chicken jerky. Oh shit, man. And it was in several sections, and I said, that's fine. I said, okay, he didn't like the treat, okay. So I immediately threw it away, and then all of a sudden I looked on the bed, and there was wait a minute, I think the vomit happened afterwards on the bed, after he went out, because I took him onto the bed, and I think that's what happened. He vomited on the bed afterwards, and it was the same type of vomit color, yellowish, and but this time it didn't have a lot of that other crap. So anyways, so then he got really like tired, and I mean extremely tired. He didn't want to walk when I took him to the bathroom. He didn't want to move. He walked very slow, and I was very patient and compassionate. And so I said, so then I took him to the park. We went to the park and I parked in front of a nice shade. I said, let him relax, let him rest. He's probably all tired from the vomit. And I said, let him rest, find a peaceful place for him. You know, no people around, no noise, no nothing. And he did. He sat down quietly and, you know, calmly. He just laid there, and he tried to pee a couple of times, and I could tell that he was struggling, because normally he would lift his leg up, and this time he was just going down from the back. I'm like, well, that's weird. And then he vomited a couple of other times, and then he was drinking a lot of water, and I mean a lot. I'm like, wow, man. So I was just observing the guy, and then right after he drank the water, I noticed that sometimes he would like go vomit the water, and the water is very good. It's I only give him reversed osmosis water. Before I was giving him tap water, and then I said no more. So then I started giving him really good quality water, the kind that I drink, and that was like 2 months ago. I started giving him that for 2 months, and I said, well, it can't be the water, because that's good quality water. So I just kept observing him, and anyways, finally I got just so stressed that I had to take him to the vet. So I went to Mexico, and down in Tijuana, a place called Dr. Zoo. And this time I got a different vet. And the guy, he took a blood draw from him, and he said his sugar, glucose, was I said I was gonna do the video, the different pictures. So anyway, so you know what? I'll do that when I'm done with the description of what happened. So then what happened is that the guy told me that his glucose was super low. It was numbered at 34, and it's supposed to be like 100, close to 100. But also he hadn't eaten all day, remember? And then he took his blood pressure. So anyways, the final conclusion came that when he was on the table of the vet, he started to throw up. And when the doctor saw that, he goes, he's vomiting yellow. That's not a good sign, he said. I said, why is it yellow? He's explained that it's the acids in your stomach that are vomiting And I can't remember exactly, but he said it wasn't a good color. And and he did that, I think, 2 times, and maybe a third time, but the third time wasn't a whole lot. And then also he vomited in the lobby. So anyhow, so the vet told me that either two things I can do. I can leave him at the hospital and they would do a bunch of blood tests, and I mean a bunch of blood tests, an ultrasound to see inside his abdomen and things. They would check for everything you can imagine. And also they would be giving him medications, antibiotics. They would observe him. And then I would have to call later today. I said I was going to call around 12 noon today, and then at 2 o'clock, and then at 4 o'clock to see how he's doing. And the guy gave me the whole spiel about, what could be wrong, blah, blah, blah. And he definitely said that he is an old dog. Or I could take him home and they would give him an injection to help him with the vomiting, and also give me, I think, 2 or 3 kinds of antibiotics. I think 2 of them, he said. Maybe 3, I don't remember. But he said, we don't guarantee you that he's going to consume the medications, because he could throw up right after you give it to him. And then there goes the medication. I said, okay. And also you can take your chances that maybe he'll get better, and it might be the cause, the treat that you gave him might have been the cause. We don't know. I said, okay. So he told me what it would cost to leave him, and it was $244. I said, okay. So I said, what if it was just a treat? I said, what if it's just a treat? Because that's when it started, right? So I said, you know what? I said, take your chances and take him with you, and hopefully these medications will help him. If not, I'll just bring him back and leave him hospitalized. So then I began to think more carefully, because after he told me that I could take him home with these medications, he suddenly said, oh, and he also needs, in English it's called, I can't remember what the word was, but in Spanish it's called sueros. It's basically IV fluids of some sort. And that's what made me think twice when he said that. Because I've been told by my doctors several times that I don't drink enough water. And they said maybe that's what's causing your headaches also, because you need fluids constantly. I said, and that's right, I don't drink a lot of water. So I began to think about myself, and I said, you know what, the doctor might be right. I said, he hasn't eaten all day, he's dehydrated, he's struggling to walk, he can't even fucking walk, he's struggling to go to the bathroom and so forth. I said, think about his position, like yours. I said, I don't have IV fluids. I said, you know what? I said, leave him, spend the $244. And then I asked him, doctor, can you explain that treatment if I leave him overnight again? And he was very patient and polite, and sure, he says. So he said, this is what's going to happen, what we do, blah, 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 blah. They're going to try to feed him also the same medicinal food, but this time the wet food, they said. The medicinal wet food. I said, okay. And so I said, okay. I said, I'll leave him, doctor. I'll leave him. And he goes, great. So immediately he took care of him, and he went to see that there was a bed ready for him, and he picked him up. He with a lot of compassion, and I did hug him and give him a kiss before he left. And so when the guy came back, he explained to me again what they were going to do, blah blah blah, and to give him a call tomorrow throughout the day to see what's going on and what they find and what they're going to tell me if he's gotten worse or if they find something that maybe they're going to need different medications and what it's going to cost and so forth. So thank goodness I have my credit card paid off. It's a $500 credit limit in case I need to leave him one more day. So that's what's happening. And when I came back to the van, because I'm not staying in the apartment, I haven't been staying in the apartment, I began to, it was really, really sad for me when I left, and I'm on the trolley, and the dog is always with me, my God. I think you've seen these pictures enough, right? Well, I was going to tell you about some of these pictures. Anyways, it was really, really weird. This picture here is when he was, of course, much younger, about at least 9 years ago, I believe. This is in Colorado, and this jacket cost me like almost $50, I think. It was the cutest thing, man, that we saw, my aunt and I, when we were going to Colorado, and I saw this jacket, and I said, he's got to have it. I said, if we're going to live in Colorado, he better stay warm. He's going to stay warm. My buddy's going to stay warm. So we bought him the jacket, and this is a house that I had lost, okay? I lost this house because of certain reasons, and I won't go into that. But I lost this house, unfortunately, and I was living in this house when this picture was taken. And then this picture here was when I left that house. No, this was before. And this was me, of course, with long hair, as you see me, and with the coat again. Yeah, this was after, because I left the house and I found an apartment in San Diego. So I found that picture. Let's see what else we got here. This one here is in Rosarito. I had found another apartment there, and Max and I were getting ready to go for a walk on the beach. And yeah, we're getting ready to go for a walk on the beach, and there was a lot of dogs in that area, man. I think it was a little too anyways, so we were getting ready to go to the beach there. Let's see what else we got here. And then this one, this is inside. This is when I first bought the van. This is what it looked like, but unfortunately the buildup was a little too weird, and it was all cheap particle board also. But this is inside the van when I first bought it. It was all, it was a little bit of, I don't know, it was too much. So there he's sitting on his throne with on the mattress there, and yeah. What else we got here? Saw that. Oh, this was in Colorado. Down in Pueblo, going for a bike ride. He goes to a lot of bike rides whenever I'm on my mountain bike. This is a different mountain bike, but now the mountain bike I have now is in the back. The basket is in the back, and so we rode around in Pueblo at this really, really nice park. Pueblo's weird, man. It's like, it's rough. It looks rough there, man, but it's really nice. See what else we got here. Okay, so this one is, of course, me and Max, and we are in Pacific Palisades with a friend of mine. It was my ex-female girlfriend. Yes, and of course that's me. I still debate every frickin' month whether to grow my hair again or not, because I'm afraid it won't look like that, again. and it's really hard to take care of too. You know that. You got to put a lot of freaking stuff on it to keep those curls. Those are natural curls. And there is Max, but this was at her place, and of course I'm much younger, you know. But this is at her place. Let's see what we got here. This one was somewhere in San Diego. The way he looks. This is when we came back from Colorado also, and I love the look on his face right there. He looks so funny. He's like, "What are you looking at?" But yeah, I miss calling his name. I miss, yelling at him, "Get over here, Max! Get over here, Max!" He's learned to obey that command that goes, "Get over here, Max." It goes, get over here, Max." So when I do that, "Get over here, Max," he knows exactly what to do. Here I trimmed his whole freaking hair. I forget where this was. This was in the apartment I had found when I came back from Colorado in City Heights. And I had built this little private porch there so that the neighbors won't be staring at me. I just wanted my own little porch, and it was a single apartment, a little shack, whatever it's called, a bungalow. And there was some yard in the front, and the manager gave me permission to build my own little private porch. So that was me. See what else we got here. This is also at the entrance of the apartment. Yeah, I think it's the same day because I'm wearing the same shirt. I love that shirt, man. It was all rayon. I love rayon shirts like that, you guys. Shirts like this, I love them. See what I mean? I like to dress nice for the most of the time, And okay, let's see what else we got here. Where is it at? Did I lose the? Oh man, what happened? Oh, there it is. And this one, I had just given him a shower. I had just given him a shower here. Let me see what this one is. I'm going to try to go a little faster because I don't want to make it too long. And here, I guess I'm just cuddling with him. In San Diego also. Yeah, I'm just cuddling with him. He used to be much more active. But he definitely slowed down when I had him neutered. And I didn't like that. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah, this is also at my apartment in City Heights. I had made a lot of sound reinforcement in that room, I remember. But yeah, that's me. And his coat. Isn't that something? I'm just looking at myself and, wishing I could go back to those days. And here is the same apartment. I think all these shirts I got from Macy's. Really nice shirts. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, here he was. Yeah, here he was staring at me with. Anyways, my little dog. Hi, Max. Hello, Max. Hello, Mr. Wow. Hello. I always say that to him when he looks at me. I go, "Hello, Max. Hello, Mr. Wow. Hello." Same thing here in the apartment. And this one, same apartment. I don't remember what I was doing or where I was going. I could never fit into that jacket, man. This was a really nice leather jacket I used to have. And this was just casual dress for me. It was just casual dress. But there's my wow. Let's see what else we got here. Same thing. He's got his orange bandana there. Let's see what else we got. Same one. Oh, just a different angle. What else we got? This is in the apartment also. I think this is in San Diego, City Heights also. I had like 3 different shirts of this kind from Macy's. They were really nice. And there's my Max, Mr. Wow. This is in the pickup truck. Oh, I can go into a long story about this truck, but I won't. But this is my Max. I think we were going to, I don't know if we were going to Colorado or if we were coming back from Colorado to San Diego. And then this guy here, I think this is in Colorado. Yeah, this is in Colorado, under the parking whatever structure for the van, for the truck. I just cut his hair too. This was in Colorado also. The house that I was, the house that I had purchased and lost it. But this is in the snow in the backyard. There he is. Yep, with the coat and his little sweater. Hi, Max. Hello, Max. This is under the truck, him hiding, trying to hide. I don't remember this. I think we were going to Colorado. Yeah, we were going to Colorado. I don't remember. No, I don't remember. Hello, Max. Hi, Mr. Wow. Hello, Mr. Wow. Hi, Mr. Wow. This is another time when I found this coat for him. I think it was right after they gave me a certificate of an emotional support dog. I was so excited, when they gave me that. So I got him this coat, but it was pretty big and it was hard to adjust because it was very rigid. The damn coat. And this is same picture before, but the without the coat. I think it came with the coat, and this was what was underneath it. It came with this one. So you got a sweater and the coat. And this one I found because it's my little niece. I think she's 11. No, she's going on 13 right now. And I might see her today because I'm going to visit my aunt. And this was me. I think, I don't remember how many years ago. Maybe 9 years ago, I think. About 9 years ago. I think this is right after the shower. There's no gel or goo stuff on there. And I'm much thinner and younger. And here's me again. Me, yes, me. another of Max. I'd be bugging him all the time, man. Hello, Max. Hello, Mr. Wow. And this one, I had to pick him up in the snow because his feet were getting too cold. Yeah, this is in Colorado. Or too wet from the snow. This jacket got ruined because something fell on it, some chemical, and it started to melt, eat into the leather. But it was my father's. It belonged to my father's after he died. Oh, here's a video. Now, don't freak out here because this is the voice you're gonna hear was me, okay? Say hi, Max. Say hello, Max. Hello. Okay. Today I am throwing away a bunch of crap that is from my previous. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe Max. I think that's it. Let me skim through the video first. Yeah, that's it. I don't want to show this video. But here I was throwing away a lot of. There's a business card from my previous company. That's one of my business card. I used to make adult films, and that was my business card. But this is all that's from Max. Say hi, Max. Say hello, Max. Hello. Okay. Today I am throwing away a bunch of crap. Yeah, that's a whole other story. But I found that, and yeah, this one I already showed, and 3 more, and here's another one. Mi Wawa, si bonito. Hello, Mr. Wawa. Hi, Mr. Wawa. Hi, Mr. Bonito. Hello, Papacitos. Hello, Mr. Wawa. In the mornings, I always bug him in the mornings. Sometimes I wake up and I'm in bed and I feel like hugging him. And I go over in the van, when I'm in the van, and I'll get up my ass and I'll run over to the front seat and he'll be all asleep. Oh wow. Hello. Mario, sí, ajá. Yes. Oh, sí. Sí. Ajá. Sí, sí, sí. Sí. Sí, ajá. Yeah. Okay, ajá. Bye. Okay, nada nuevo. Nada nuevo. Sí, ¿cómo está? Está. Ah, okay, okay. Ajá. Okay. Okay. Okay, okay, gracias. Ajá. ¿Me habla o...? Okay. Okay, gracias. Ajá. Gracias. Okay, bye. Ajá. Well, that was the vet, and that was the vet, and I don't know why she called me about asking me about permission to do urinalysis or blood test when I had already requested it. Anyways, but they told me that right now he's being checked for x-rays. So he is alive. He is alive. So she says she's going to call me later and let me know what's going on. And they have a laboratory, a blood laboratory right there at the facility, so they'll be able to give them back to the doctor, like right away. But they're doing x-rays right now, and then the blood draw, so they're gonna find out what's going on. But I think I've done the right thing, you know. I've been preparing for his death whenever it comes. I've just been preparing for it. And Max, I was reading on I was reading online about dogs and my size of dog and their age, and it made me feel so comfortable when it said, if your dog is a small dog under 20 pounds and it's lived for 12 years, the average span for a small dog under 20 pounds is between 10 and 15, but it depends on the breed and the way you take care of it and so forth. So it said, so if your dog is 12 years old now, then he's lived a good life. So that made me feel really good, because I used to have a cat. And unfortunately, like I said, I lived a different life 10 years ago. I was a chronic meth addict and some crack. And I had a cat for a long time. And my cat suffered when he was dying, and I wasn't there. I wasn't there not because I didn't want to be there. But they told me he was very fragile, very thin. He might not make it on the road. So I said, okay, I'll pick him up when I come back. And I didn't... Anyways, I was too busy with my drug addiction. And when he died, I started to remember that I never did his teeth cleaning. I might have done it, I don't remember, maybe once or twice, I think. But then I neglected it because my drug was more important. And when she died, her name was Mumsies. When she died, they gave her back to me covered in salt, because they were trying to preserve it so that when I come back, it was still someone in good condition rather than rotting and smelling. So when I got her, I went into some bathroom. I don't remember where it was. And I remember just getting on my knees, begging her to forgive me. Begging her to forgive me so much. And apologizing for not taking care of her. And I just kept crying and crying and crying, asking for forgiveness. Asking her for forgiveness. And I held on to her, I think for I don't know how many days. I think 2 or 3 days I kept doing that over and over and over, asking for forgiveness. So, Max, last night I started to ask myself, have you taken good care of your dog? Have you taken good care of him? And I believe so. Not perfect. So I kept praying to God, please don't take him away. Yet, I said, at least I don't want to see him die alone. I said, please let him live. Please return him back to me, God. And let me take care of him more. Much better than before. Much better than before. And I accept what's coming. I accept if he dies after, whether it's the next day or the week or whatever, I accept it. Because I know he's getting old. I know he's old and I know his time is coming. So that I've been praying to God, please let him come back to me. Please don't take him away yet. I know he's got to go. But please don't take him away yet. Not yet, please. Anyways, you guys, I hope you liked this video. And I ask for your prayers for my dog. He is my buddy. He has been my friend for almost 10. I got him when he was in 2014, I think. I think in 2013 or 14, I don't remember. Maybe 2013 towards the end. Because I remember I was given a dog. I had found a dog before 2013. It was a puppy. It was a black dog, cutest thing. And he would hang on to my arms. And I would pick him up. And I get a crack and I say, look at you, you're like a fucking Chango. Meaning Chango is a monkey. So I named him Chango. But I remember back then, my drug was more important to me. And I remember telling my friend, I can't keep him. I said, I'm a drug addict. I can't take care of him. So I left him at the Pound Humane Society in Carlsbad. So then when my father died in 2013, I think in the late 2013 or the next year, I think it was the next year, 2014, I remember I was sobering up and I knew that I wasn't going to go back to that lifestyle. And I remember telling somebody, them, I think I can take care of a dog now. No, I was telling myself. I said, you know what? I think I can take care of a dog now. I would love to have a dog. A dog that goes walking with me, runs with me, things like that. And Max was very active until they chopped his nuts off. Then he got really, it changed. I regretted it because he was very, very active. So I remember saying, I think I'm ready for a dog. I think I can take care of a dog. I'm not going back to that lifestyle. And Max has been with me ever since. And yeah, he's never given me problems. Never. Physical problems. I do his teeth cleaning. I know he needs one now, but he's never given me problems. And I know Max knows that I love him. I know he knows that. But I just ask for your prayers, people. And I thank you that you're watching this long. But I just ask for your prayers that God doesn't take him away from me yet. And whatever they find, that it's manageable, affordable, that it's manageable, and that he comes back home to his owner. That's all. Thank you for watching. Thank you.